My phone died like halfway through the train ride. Had the window to my right, an old man on my left side. Couple magazines in front of me, but I don't read. I turn to the window, look outside and breathe. Oh countryside, you fly by so fast. Before we had tall buildings, we only had tall grass. Back then we sat in circles and we clapped our hands. Skipped stones across the river and we danced on the sand. But now we live in a world where everything is a distraction. You take a bubble bath, you're warm inside your mansion. You take a big spoonful, you wipe up with a napkin. You like to think that you control whatever happens. I feel a tap on my shoulder from the man who's older. He tells me that his name is Harvey. Sometimes you look into somebody's eyes and understand they lived a couple lives. Now this is Harvey. At first he asked me, what's my destination, where I'm headed to, if I've been there by train before, if I flew. So I tell him this is new to me, I've never been this far away from home, I'm all alone out here. What about you? Harvey takes a second to consider what I said, and the question that I asked him obviously went through his head. What you mean you never been this far away from home? And what's a home, you mean your mom and pops? I mean my home is where I know the rules, where I got friends, where I grew up, the place I went to school, the place I feel secure with anybody around. I know the smell, I know the sound, I know the places, I know the faces. That's back home for me, but now it's far away and in my past. And if you don't mind, sir, I got a question to ask. What you doing on a train so fast? Harvey looks out the window, takes a second to speak. I seen a twinkle in his eye, a wrinkle on his cheek. Something deep down tell me this old man don't sleep. He got a secret or two, he got a couple things that he been through. And if I had to guess, then I would say he loved and lost. This man looked beat up, he looked exhausted. He sighed deeply and he crossed his legs. And then he told me the story. And then he told me he had a son probably around my age, and one day he ran away as a teenager. He wrote home and said, Dad, you've been a failure. You never showed me love, you never favored me, because you're caught up in your head and not reality. I knew you could never understand my reality. I needed someone to listen, so I ran away. I knew an old man could never change. Harvey wrote his son frequently. He always asked about his whereabouts. He always had his doubts. Decided he would not apologize, cause it would be unwise to seem weak. And after 10 years the boy wrote home. He said, I never loved you, Pop, but I'm dying slow. Can you be by my bedside in this difficult time? I need to look into my father's eyes. And Harvey looked at me with all his might. He's trying to fight the fact that he lost hope. He's holding the envelope in his hand. He caught the first train across the land, so he can do what he has never done before, and tell his young boy that he's a love boy who's got a father who never enjoyed a deep connection with his one and only son. Because he's selfish and egocentric, and now it's too late, and now it's too late. Fresh out of words, a tennis ball in my throat. Thank you, Harvey, for the story you told. My phone's dead, but I write down on some notes. I keep a pen and paper up in my coat. You know I told you that I never read, but I do write. And I think it's only right that everybody heard about this guy, his plight, this man named Harvey. So when you write home, just say you love somebody. So when you write home, just say you love somebody. Love don't know its depths when everything is clear blue skies. Love don't know its depths until the moment when you say goodbye. Love don't know its depths before the moment of its aggravation. Love don't know its depths until the hour of separation.